Angie from Canterbury Trails Farm. Today I'm going to show you how to make dehydrated cinnamon apple slices in the dehydrator. You can do this in the oven, but I don't like to do it unless it's wintertime because you have to leave your oven cracked a bit and it tends to warm up the house. And so right now it's October 2nd and we are still having 95-degree heat. It's like the summer that won't stop here. So I am not going to use my oven. If you want to do this, use your oven. You need just a cookie sheet, and you want to lay your apple slices on the cookie sheet, preferably so they're not touching. And you leave your oven about 200, 250, and I close it to start with, and then after about 10-15 minutes, I give it a crack, and you just let it sit there until until the slices are crunchy like chips. We're going to be doing it in the dehydrator today, and it will probably run for about 6 hours. So this is something that I'm just going to do and let go and turn it off before I go to bed. So I have these apples that I need to use up. You can use as many apples as you want, and all you're going to need is apples, cinnamon, and sugar. And I'm going to start by just slicing mine in so I can get rid of the cores. If you want to peel them, you can. I never have. It just isn't an issue. These are great. Kids love these in their lunch if you're looking for an alternative to potato chips. Actually, they do not last. I have a big half-gallon glass jar that I keep them in, and these go really fast. You'll be surprised at how addictive they are. Once you get eating them, you just can't stop. They're like the natural world's answer to Lay's potato chips. To slice these in slices. You can slice them as thick or thin as you want. The thinner ones dehydrate faster, obviously. You can also use pear instead of apple, and any kind of apple. This is also a good use for if you have apples that are just starting to get a little wrinkly and they're getting on they're a little soft, they're a little too, they've just gotten to that stage where they're not crunchy enough just to eat fresh. This is a good way to use those up if you don't feel like baking today. It's also a good way to use up fruit if you've had damaged fruit and you've had to cut out parts of it. This is a great way to use those good parts of the fruit. Also, if you are diabetic or you're on a special low sugar diet, you can just use cinnamon and you can totally leave the sugar off of these. My bowl of sliced apples. You're going to need a baggie. You could also just, if you don't do disposable baggies, you could also just pour this over the apple slices. You're going to need about half a cup granulated white sugar. Add that to your baggie. And I use about 2 tablespoons of cinnamon. And if you're leaving sugar out, I would start out with about 3 tablespoons of cinnamon and see where that gets you. First of all, I'm going to mix up my cinnamon and sugar in my bag. Dehydrator. I have a Presto dehydrator. You can get these sheets that are used for fruit roll-ups or whatever you want to use. I only have 2 of them, so I'm going to use 2 of those on the bottom just to try to keep some of the stuff from falling through. Just throw some slices in your bag. Your cinnamon and sugar in it. Fill up your bag. Now I like to use these disposable cooking gloves for all kinds of things. They save your hands, especially in the winter when everything starts getting dry. Now just make sure your bag's sealed up tight, and you just want to shake your bag. And get those apples all covered with the cinnamon and the sugar. My apple slices are pretty much covered. Now I'm just going to lay the slices on my dehydrator. Okay, I'm just going to plug it in. And I'll probably let that run till bedtime, about 6 hours. And you want them to end up, some other ones I've done here. We just keep them in this sealed jar. And when they're done, they'll end up like these hard chips. They're real crunchy. So I hope you have fun making delicious dehydrated apples. They're great for lunches and they're great for snacks. This has been Angie from Canterbury Trails Farm. Bye!